Oh, man. Oh, the game is over. Apparently, I wasn't paying attention because that was boring. That was a boring game. And if Peyton and Eli were not casting this Patriots-Bills game, I probably actually would have fallen asleep. That was incredible. Um, Patriots-Bills, I mean, what can we say other than a slugfest? Just two fat heavyweights just throwing everything they got at each other. I mean, it was boring but entertaining at the same time. Going into the game, obviously, we saw with the weather and everything, we knew it was going to be a run-heavy game. No quarterback's going to really throw too much in that weather. And the team that had the better strategy won. Josh Allen tried to throw the ball, didn't work out too well for him. And his receivers got bricks for hands. Dawson Knox, I'm looking at you, buddy. You've had a good year, but tonight was not your night. And New England was just the better prepared team for this. And considering Mac Jones has never played really in the cold before, great game from him. I thought this is a rookie of the year vintage performance from him. You don't see it often from quarterbacks. I mean, this is a true one of a kind performance. You hardly ever see it from a player in the NFL, and that's what puts him at the top. Is what he did tonight. It was marvelous, and it was really in the fourth quarter that he really turned up the heat and showed us why he's a level above Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, and all them. No, but in all seriousness, it's another Bill Belichick clinic. He continues to prove this season that he's one of the best coaches in the history of the league, the best hit coach in the history of the league, and that all of the talk about Tom Brady didn't need Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady made Bill Belichick. That got put down real quick, didn't it? Because he's got a great defense. Don't get me wrong. Mac Jones has a great defense with him, but the offense is not spectacular. Damian Harris is a great running back. And Ramondre Stevenson isn't bad either, but I mean, they really don't have that many great receiving options. Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith is a decent 1-2 punch and tight end, but having Kendrick Bourne and Jacoby Myers, it's basically a team full of number 2s and number 3s that are making it work. So full credit to the Patriots. I mean, 9-4 is incredible for them. And they pretty much, they look like the best team in the AFC right now. I think they're still a little, they still need a little bit more polishing, put the glue together a little bit more to really make it work. But you could definitely see them grinding out results into the playoffs and potentially making a run at the Super Bowl even. And that's where we talk about the Bills, who, what has happened to them? I mean, this is, for the last 2 years now, this is a team that has been in win-now mode. This is a team that, should have made a deep run 2 years ago. Last year, you would say probably should have went to the Super Bowl. And now this year, what's going on? What's going on with Buffalo? Their defense is one of the best. Their offense on paper should be pretty good, but it just hasn't been. It's been very inconsistent. No run game whatsoever. Who the heck is that guy? According to Joe Buck, Devin Singletary, he continues to prove that he's not that guy at running back. Josh Allen just isn't getting it done. He's not getting it done. The receivers are not getting it done, and I think there's a lot of worry for the Bills. I mean, tonight was a bit of an outlier night with the weather and everything, but there's going to be a lot of questions for Buffalo because they're not playing well. I mean, you say they got the big win against the Saints. Everybody's winning against the Saints. The Falcons beat the Saints, and look what happened to the Falcons the next 2 weeks. Got outscored like 70-3. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the league right now. There's no question about it. And the second Jameis Winston went down, I think everybody should have figured that out. If you haven't, you are not smart, because the Saints are not a good football team at this point in time. And even before the season started, we're not better than a wild card team. But Buffalo needs to get their stuff together because they are they are not going to be getting a home field advantage. And this is a team that very much looks like it's going to get dumped out of the playoffs if they go against the wrong team at the wrong night. This is a team that, on their best performance is the best team in the league, and on their worst performance gets beat out by severe underdogs like the Jags. This is inconsistency at its finest. I mean, it works for the Falcons, though. I love to play the Bills like this because we are on the outside looking in. But we'll see. We'll see. I just want to say, if you haven't checked out my Mac Jones draft reaction video, go check that out, and it'll explain everything as to how we've gotten to this point in time. Because there was never a better fit for the New England Patriots than Tom Brady. I mean, Mac Jones.